Corey, just with the way the results have gone recently, 7-game winless streak, the bye week, is there a different feeling here now that the guys have had a chance to go home, regroup, and refresh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, today it showed. I mean, the energy was outstanding in the building prior to us getting out here practice. Guys were flying around, and you could just tell their legs looked a little bit different. But that's just part of the season, man. We go through a 10-game stretch, and that's what it is. We try to prepare ourselves for that physically, what that might look like for us, and certainly, you look at the results of how many guys had to play over that span. So I thought the bye week was perfectly timed for us. We needed one. I think clear our space mentally, but certainly physically, just everybody get their legs back a little bit.
This team brought in Raquel Armstead. Just your thoughts on him and what is he going to bring to you guys?
Yeah, no, obviously the sample size that he had in Ottawa, I thought he emerged as one of the maybe top backs in the league, and does a lot of things well. He runs well. He protects the quarterback very well. He can catch out of the backfield. So he had a pretty good stretch there in Ottawa, and humbly being able to come in and see if he can help us. So that's the main thing, just getting him in the building. He's going to have to learn the playbook from scratch. So it'll take some time, but kid looked good out there running today, and we'll see where that goes for us down the road.
Fairly or not, just with the way his time in Ottawa ended, there are questions about him and like some fairly or not character stuff. Just are there concerns about that at all, or no, from what you've seen?
I'm just I'm big on kind of just making my own decisions on that. Everybody individually has their own way how they handle things, and when we brought him in, we spoke about it a little bit, but I reached out to a couple other people that I trust, and just understanding the man, and at the end of the day, I know he's a competitor, wants to win. We like those kind of people, but certainly there's a way we conduct business around here. He's totally on board with that, so it's all positive. If you're asking me about the guy, he's been outstanding in my time with him, so until I see anything different, then I see him as what he's been.
What did you hear from others about him? What does he bring as a personality to it?
Oh, he's just intense, man. Just ultimate competitor. We got guys like that on the team. You just got to make sure you channel it the right ways. You know what I mean? So again, I don't anticipate any issue here. So excited to have him in the building.
Is he depth behind Thomas and Frankie right now?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, again, he's a pretty dang good back, but our system isn't really the easiest to pick up. So right now, just depth piece. But certainly, can he help us, going down the road? Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it enough in the league, his time in the league. But first and foremost, you got to know where to go, what to do. So we'll start there.
What about AJ? Is there any sort of update on his recovery, and are you expecting him back at some point?
Yeah, at some point, just, not obviously this week. He's still just going through it right now. He was pretty banged up. So, I knowing him, and you see him out here, cheering the guys on, and then in the weight room and stuff, he's doing as much as he possibly can. But again, we want to make sure that as we get through this season here, hopefully we can turn this thing around, and he can come back and help us.
Anthony Lanier, sounded like he really wants to play, but maybe not there yet.
Close. I mean, he had the helmet on today, so that was a start. And certainly you hear him when he's out here, right? So, he's trending in the right direction. Which obviously he's had quite the career here. So, the guys who've been in there have been playing their tails off as well. So that's a good thing for us. We got good depth, I think, at the D-line position. But you insert Anthony Lanier into anything, it's a plus.
Is there any hope for Philip Blake to return soon and get some help along the offensive line?
Yeah, you hope so. You know what I mean? Just kind of bad luck at that position as far as injuries are concerned. He's back here in Regina though, so that's really good. We got to see him around the facility, week prior to the bye week. There's a chance. I've been able to spend some time with Philip before, and he can recover pretty quick. Certainly a guy that if it does trend to the point where he feels like he can get out there and play, we're going to look at it and take it seriously. So, there's him, and there's other guys, in the last month and a half or whatever that's been down to the position that are going to have opportunities to come back here pretty soon. So they're working their tails off, and we're looking forward to having them back.
It took a long time for Nick Wiebe to make his debut, but prior to the bye week, how did he look out there?
Yeah, no. So, he worked again. Another guy, you guys see it on the sidelines, worked his tail off. Happy to see him out there. Certainly, you push a guy in there for his first game ever. It's almost like his preseason game while people are in the thick of it in week 14. There were some things that, he's going to have to correct, but you kind of expect that, from a guy getting his first snaps of pro football. So knowing, again, how he approaches everything, arrow up for the kid. I just know how he's going to respond.
Corey, has it gone quickly? All of a sudden it's mid-September and it still feels like it's somewhat early in the season, but it's breezed past. Have you had the same sort of sentiment or thought about it?
I think once the season starts, you always kind of just look up and say, dang, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, okay, geez, we only got 5 left. So yeah, it's gone by fast in totality, but certainly over the last 7, it can feel slow a little bit sometimes too. So, but that's just, I think, the grind of the season, and we're grateful to be here every day, and we realize what we have left, and what's ahead of us, what we got to do to get to where we want to get to.
Awesome. Thanks.